fed on the worship of humans. So, while the rest of her crow sisters and the members of the other Viking clans, the Nine as they were called, desperately searched for a way to stop Gullveig, Erin did her own research. She read every trashy gossip rag, scoured every gossip website, listened to the incessant babble of her sister crows who had dreams of being a star one day. She listened and she researched and she obsessed until she came down to just one, Jordan Ambrosio. The hottest it girl on both coasts and in Europe, Jordan was the quintessential do-nothing megastar. She was attractive, although it was kind of hard to tell with all the makeup she wore, no matter the time of day or where she was or what she was doing. Single, rich, and had lots of famous friends. Her father was an infamous Italian director whose work got Erin thrown out of a college film class once because she spent most of the initial movie screening mocking it. The man was pretentious. Her film professor just needed to deal with that. Now, his daughter, instead of becoming an actress like her equally famous Belgian mother, or a director like her father and older half-brother, did nothing except set the style for everyone else and spend lots of money. When Erin spotted her, she had been sitting in the VIP section of the club, surrounded by desperate sycophants and obscenely covered in gold and diamond jewelry. If she wasn't a priestess for Gullveig, a name that translated into gold drink or gold power or gold trance, depending on what you read, she should be. She was everything Gullveig seemed to love. Beauty and tackiness, all in one slim, sexy package. In the end, Erin was so sure she was right about Ambrosio, so obsessed, she hadn't really noticed the big guy hitting on her. Of course, he hadn't been hitting on her, had he? Hitting on a woman didn't usually involve asking her why she wasn't dead. Now, Erin was trapped here, with her wrists zip-tied together and her body throbbing from the short beating she'd taken when they'd forced her into the SUV. She had no idea where she was, but they were turning onto a dirt road. Yeah, that couldn't be good. Dirt roads and women in zip ties never ended well. The SUV stopped and the men got out, pulling Erin with them. She struggled, trying to pull away, but two of the men kept an easy grip on her. So, like she did that first time, all those years ago, she brought her elbow up and back. Only this time, she didn't just break the man's nose. She crushed his face, forcing in his nose and cheekbones. Blood splattered across Erin's face, and that's when she remembered. That's when it hit her. This wasn't a replay of the last time she'd been killed. It couldn't be. She wasn't the same woman who'd been taken before. She was no longer the Staten Island loudmouth and tattoo artist who'd found herself on the wrong side of mobsters, who'd made the oh-so-Erin mistake of talking to federal agents like it was no big deal, because she'd just been a tattoo artist, a nobody, and Erin had continued to believe that, at least in the back of her mind, until the day those mobsters blew her brains out. But now she was a crow, one of the 9 recognized human clans that represented the Nordic gods on this plane of existence. She'd fought Vikings, demons, and Helheim's carrion. She'd been hit on by Odin and hit at by Thor. One time, Eden threw an entire basket of her golden apples at her, and another time, Bragi, the god of poetry and eloquence, called her a fucked-up little twat that I would love to beat the unholy shit out of with my harp. And after all that, the one thing that remained was her. Erin Amsel had survived all of it. So was she going to let some low-life gangsters actually... A bullet slammed into Erin's forehead, and she fell back against the hard ground. Stieg Engstrom thought his friend and fellow Raven brother Vig Runstom was just being an asshole.